Hey y'all, I'm Rev Mimi and I am here with another spiritual snack. I'm excited today because I'm going to talk to you guys about good intentions. There's a story in the Bible that takes place in 1 Samuel chapter 15 that talks about Saul and Samuel. Samuel had anointed Saul a while back as king and had become essentially God's mouthpiece for Saul in his life. Samuel would tell Saul and let Saul know whatever it was that God wanted Saul to accomplish. And on their latest mission, on Saul's latest mission, Saul was told to completely annihilate the Amalekites. He was told to leave nothing behind. But Saul wanted to do one better. He wanted to save the very best that the Amalekites had to offer and give it back to God. Now, on sight, that doesn't seem like a bad idea, right? It seems as though Saul is trying to go above and beyond and to give God the best that these Amalekites, the enemies of God, had to offer. But that simply wasn't God's plan. The fact is, God was very specific when it came to what he expected of Saul. And Saul, by taking it upon himself to do better, went against God's direct orders and was thus disobedient. As a result of his disobedience, he ended up being dethroned. And so I want us to think through what it is to wrestle with that tension between our good intentions and God's great plans. The fact is, God's plans always supersede our own. And we can often find ourselves in situations where we're wrestling between those two things, where we think that we have the best intentions at heart when it comes to our family, our friends, or even our relationship with God. But God wants better. God has a different plan for our lives. But because we've already decided, right, because we've already made it up in our minds that we have good intentions, we then take that control from God, thinking that we know better. Remember that obedience is always more valuable to God than our good intentions. God wants us to be obedient in whatever it is that he is asking us to do. He seeks our obedience. And so whatever it is that you're wrestling between right now, I want you to give that thing to God. I want you to allow God's plan to take root in your heart so that even your intentions can be in alignment with the obedience that God requests of us. So that's all I have for y'all today. But before we go, we have moved our squad parties for our middle and high school students to Sundays at 2 p.m. just because a lot of people have started practices again and we don't want to miss any students. We don't want anyone to miss out on this awesome conversation that we're having. So make sure you join us on Sundays at 2 o'clock p.m. All right, y'all, stay safe, stay poppin', and be blessed.